Hi guys, and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing Ride 4, and we are here in the wet in Monza on board a stock MV Agusta F3-675. Now I was very keen to see how this race would go, because throughout my entire time playing Ride 4 I don't think I've ever actually used the variable weather when in wet races, or at least somewhat damp races. This time it's just completely wet with no rain yet. Don't know whether the rain's going to come on pouring down, but thought it was worth a chance to go with the stock tyres, because if the track dries, the stock tyre would be better, but if it rains even more heavily, this is going to get tight. Actually, never mind about that, but going into turn 3, that was a tight sandwich we had to cut through there. We managed to get the job done, but the stock tyres so far feel pretty solid on the wet, I will confess. But Jake Cooper is getting away somewhat to the front, but getting back to my point, yeah, stock tyres with the dries could work exceptionally well, but if it rains and someone else is on rain tyres, things could go a little bit different. So also another inspiration for this video is that I've never actually used this particular bike before. I don't know how that happened, but yeah. So this is my first mileage here in Monza on board the MV Agusta F3-675, and what I will say is I like this bike. It does feel good. And now I've used it at a stock setting, I'll probably increase it and get all slick tyres on it, etc. And maybe start doing some time trials, or maybe even some online racing, because I quite like this bike and it looks absolutely gorgeous, so I recommend. So the issue we have now is we have a 1.2 second gap to Jade Cooper ahead of us. Not entirely sure what bike the lady is on, and I'm not entirely sure if she's running rain tyres or stock tyres. So now that the track is drying somewhat, stock tyres are the tyres to be on, as it's now approaching 5 to 12 at 20 degrees temperature. Yes, this could be very interesting. Looking at the timing, I've just realised now that the timing is on an accelerated time, so this is going to fly through. We could possibly see even some bit of darkness later on and maybe some lights appearing on the track, but for now, the track looks pretty dry in some locations. The racing line looks to be a little bit dry, and of course Jade Cooper is doing an excellent job being the guinea pig, but still getting away, only 9/10 of a second. It's actually approaching 1 second advantage. We go really strong on the acceleration going into turn 3 as we now approach 12:15. We go firm on the brakes, rear brake getting applied there a little bit as well, just to slow the motorcycle down, and then of course everything on the front brake. So into the slipstream of Jade Cooper, we have absolutely decimated that gap. The stock tyres on the dry is definitely feeling much better. The air in temperature is increasing as well. It's now up to 22 degrees as we enter Lesmo 2 for the second time. And bringing on the power, we will have a little bit of slipstream here. So going into the very difficult chicane, we might have a chance to sneak up on the inside sooner rather than later. So let's go firm on the brakes at the 200-metre marker. Lean it into the left-hand side nice and early for the very anti-Ascari. Keep it in nice and tight for the right-hand side. Chuck it to the left. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful exit coming out of the left-hand side. But hang on. It's going dark. Oh, it's going dark. It is really going dark now. And I think, is that extra rain? Because the track... Yep, it's raining. Wow, just... Goodness me. The track went completely soaked in a matter of seconds. I guess that's what the accelerated time does and accelerated weather conditions. But now it's raining. We are really closing into the rear of Jade Cooper, so I'm beginning to believe that maybe they were on stock tyres as well. But coming into the first corner here, we're absolutely charging past. It was a Ducati of some description. Didn't even get a chance to see which Ducati it was, but braking at the 200-metre marker, a lot of rear brake being applied there as we go into the right-hand side for turn 1. Now change of direction for turn 2. We have the lead. 5.5 of a second, 6/10 of a second. We have this one. The MV Agusta, even with the stock tyres in these treacherous conditions, is like glue. It is sticking to the track so nice, you know. Almost feels like dry. It's really solid. I don't know if that's a knock on the game, I guess, because it should feel really slippery and slidey, but it doesn't really feel that bad. Quite in control as of yet. Well, 8/10 of a second is the gap, so it's a complete swing from the lap before. In this place last time around, we were a second behind. How the tables have turned, we now have that lead, and Jade Cooper is the one chasing us down, but there seems to be the rain has stopped as we go into the right-hand side, a little bit eager on the acceleration, just being very tentative on the acceleration there, but that has really fluffed our advantage. Oh my goodness, it's a 1/10 of a second advantage. Jade Cooper, not entirely sure where she is. She's got to be around there somewhere as we now go on the brakes for the left-hand side for turn 8. Keep it in nice and tight. Keep it in, keep it in, keep it in. Wait for the change of direction and go. Oh, a little bit too tight to the apex. Just clipping the rumble strip this time around as Jade Cooper in second. And Rebecca Shino, she's come from nowhere and is now up fighting for the podium position. So excellent job for the Italian lady on home soil. We're breaking in now into turn 11 for the Parabolica. That's a wide entry. A very wide entry, and Jade Cooper takes advantage over at the front, and we now have to do battle once more. So the Ducati up against the MV Agusta. It'd be a great day for the Italian fans, because at least one Italian manufacturer will be on the top step of the podium today, depending on whom it may be. But right now, left-hand side, I'm going to try and go round the outside of the Ducati. Oh, a little bit of extra speed boost from Jade Cooper there. That's a brave move, but we're going to go really close into, oh my goodness, into turn 2. Contact has been made. Jade Cooper will be miffed. She believed she had the inside line, but I felt like I could go round the outside. I've seen the AI just slow down ever so slightly, but the air temperature has actually increased, even though the track is extremely damp, so I don't think we'll get any more rain. We could just potentially see a little bit more dry weather in the next couple of minutes, but we are on the penultimate lap. What can happen here? Into Lesmo 1. I do feel we are quite strong, but I do favour the tighter apex rather than the later one. Possibly might have to try a later apex the next time around, but Jade Cooper, a little bit of a resurgence from the American as she seems to have got an extra bit of wind as we got magnificent acceleration coming out of the second Lesmo corner as we'll now go to the left hand side. Can we outdrag the Ducati? I don't think we can. We're going to have to be extremely strong and extremely aggressive on the brakes to get the job done. That's beautiful up on the inside. A little bit wide, but the change of direction, we may still hold on to this lead, and we do. Yes, we certainly do. Brilliant exit coming out of that corner there. Absolutely amazing stuff coming out of the very difficult chicane. Pretty impressive right now. So going into the Parabolica then for the penultimate time of asking to the right hand side. Where is Jade Cooper? There is Jade Cooper, right on cue, flying up on the inside, but only to probably yield a position in just a moment's time as we go around the outside with a lot of acceleration. But I am just feasting my eyes to the corner of my screen there. 16% on the rear tyre remaining, 33 on the front tyre. Not ideal, and I'm concerned with the speed of that Ducati. If we get into a drag race going into the Monza straight, then I don't think we'll win. So we're going to have to get the job done well before as we go really close to Jade Cooper. I want that change of direction. Oh, Cooper has abandoned it. Cooper says, fine then, you take the lead, you take the reins, and then I'll try and chase you down. But DrAce, we're back into the first position. 0.2 of a second separate the MV to the Ducati. We need to get this braking marker absolutely nailed to make sure that we still hold on to the lead. Rebecca Shino is still there, and looking at the graphics, she's closed in somewhat. I don't know if she can manage it to get to the front, but a little bit more infighting between Cooper and I, and we could potentially find the Italian up here fighting with us for the top 2 positions. So braking here just around the 75 metre marker. Oh, sliding the rear in there for extra effect and extra style points, if I do say so myself. And of course, guys, if you're enjoying this battle, be sure to hit the like button and consider subscribing as well, as we now fly down the next straight. Of course, Monza is just full of a lot of straights, but we'll brake here at the 175 metre braking mark. Are we good? A little bit too tight to the apex, a small moment upon the acceleration coming out of the corner, and still sliding it a little bit. 0.4 of a second is it to Jade Cooper now, 3.5 tenths, down to 0.2 of a second, 2 tenths it is, 1.5 of a second. We might not hold on to this lead. We mentioned earlier about Jade Cooper's magnificent acceleration into the final straight. Is Cooper going to go for the lead? To tell you what, that might be a mistake from Cooper, because we're going to go up at the inside line and hopefully have enough acceleration, get across to the left hand side. Do not let Cooper get any slipstream. We've got magnificent drive on the Monza straight. The track is beginning to dry, but never mind about that. Across the line, are we going to do it? We certainly are. Victory here for the MV Agusta F3675 for the first time of us using it. So a debut win here today. But guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know in the comment section down below. Hit the like button and consider subscribing as well, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching and ciao for now.
Oh hi! Didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite sate your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now, with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.